back from SPIEL ESSEN 2022 and I brought a huge amount of games. So I wanted to show you what you're gonna see on this channel in the near future. Hopefully. What's up everybody, welcome to the Life of a Board Gamer. My name is Daniel and yeah, I brought a huge haul of games from ESSEN with me. So I wanted to show you what you're gonna get on this channel. What games are you going to see me reviewing on this channel? Now be aware that I don't know when I'm going to review these, but there's a catch-22 of course. So I will ask my Patreons, so which games do they want to see first. I will pick a few of them and ask them which one would they prefer for me to review on the channel, and that's how we are going to do it. Of course, I have some games that I want to preview first than others, just because they are maybe coming soon on Kickstarter again, so I want you to see how they look before you maybe consider backing it, or some kind of different reason for them. But mostly, if you become my Patreon, you will be able to choose which game is going to be reviewed next on my channel. And yeah, that's even for like $2 a month. You can like choose what you want to see on this channel and be part of this channel in sort of way. So yeah, before I start showing you which games I brought with me, I need to take the shirt off. It's gonna get pretty hot. And of course, this is going to be a very long video. So have that in mind when you are starting to watching this, because yeah, it's gonna be a huge one because there's a lot of things in here. So first thing first, let me show you the first game that I brought with me. This is like the biggest catch that I got, and it is a Titan. So this game has a table presence like no other games I ever saw. When I saw it up there, I haven't really had much time to see what it is all about. I think it's a pick up and deliver thing going on, but yeah, it's from Holy Grail Games, and it is insanely huge. The table presence, you will see when I review this one, probably pretty soon, because it's such a big box. So yeah, that's the first one, Titan. I am super proud about it. Come on, check it out. Oh my god, so huge box. Okay, so let me just put it like this, and then let's continue. Okay, next thing up, we have new Sidereal Confluence with the new expansion. I really like Sidereal Confluence. It's a hectic. This game I should not be liking for any reason. I'm really not into games like this, but this game is such a great game, and I wanted to review a second edition, maybe compare it to the first edition if I get my hands on it. So it's a really nice game of exchanging cubes with other players basically. So yeah, Sidereal Confluence with expansion, the new one from WizKids. Next up is Catapult Feud with some expansions. So we have the War of the Floor has begun once more. So I think that's the base game, and I think this is a siege expansion where you get some siege weapons, and this is a Artificer's Tower expansion. So you get, I presume, a tower. Yeah, you get a tower, you get some rams, different honeycomb stuff you can launch on the other player. But Catapult Feud, I want to play this one with my niece, so yeah. Next up, Terra Nova. I'm a huge fan of Terra Mystica, and I really wanted to check out the Terra Nova and see what they did, and is it really worth, like everybody say this is like Terra Mystica but more approachable to other players. I wasn't able to pitch Terra Mystica that much to other players, so I'm hoping that Terra Nova might do the job for me. Next up, from Mandu Games, I discovered them in 2019 at ESSEN. They had some really great games. Deities, it also looked really wonderful, so I wanted to check it out. It's like an area called Control. You are building stuff. Everything I like about games is in this one, at least I hope so. Next up, Oak from Game Brewer. Oak, I was super hyped about when I saw it. I wanted definitely to pick it up because you have these workers. This is like a worker placement thing going on, and you have these workers and you are basically putting different stuff on them to make them work some other actions better than others, you know, stuff like that. So I like that when you can customize your workers, you know, stuff like that. So I really was super interested in those games. And I'm sorry if the sound is bad because the mic is way over there, but I'm trying to like do the best I can. Okay, next up, Cardboard Alchemy and Lucky Duck Games, Flamecraft. I also have promo expansions, but this we are not going to count as a game. I got the miniature promos and the resource tokens. The metal coins I was not that much interested in, so yeah. But nevertheless, the game itself looks really great as it is, but I wanted those cute little dragons because I might put some painting videos on the channel about those. So yeah. Next up is a game I'm super hyped about, Revive. Revive is a like post-apocalyptic thing going on. Looks really cool. I loved it from the moment I saw it. I think the Slaven was also super hyped about this one. I think this was even the first game that he pre-ordered on the channel. So yeah, Revive from Aporta Games. I'm really looking forward to it. Next up, from Fractal Juegos is Sansuchi. You are building a gardens. Everyone is building their own garden, and you know how I am about when you are building stuff in games. I really like those, so Sansuchi was an obvious choice for me. Next up, from Floodgate Games, Decorum. Decorum is a game where you are basically decorating rooms together. It's like cooperative game, but everybody has different goals. Like for example, you want red drapes in one room, and other players might say like, yeah, I like that because they don't care about it, or others might have like a thing where they want the blue drapes, so they say I don't like these, and you do stuff, you then decorate stuff and see how many points you will score. I presume it's played for the points. So yeah, basically it sounded really interesting. It's kind of something that I was always interested in as like in school stuff, you know. So but yeah, decorum, you're decoring stuff, it sounds cool. I want to review it, right? Next up is a game that I hope will this game I hope will cure me of my fear of insects. I hate bugs, I really hate them, especially the stink bugs, the spiders. The spiders scare the hell out of me. I scream like a little girl when I see them. Coincidentally, just for fun, when we were traveling back from ESSEN, like yesterday, and we opened the windows because we were there was a stop because there was some accident on the road. We had to stop, full stop. We opened the windows to catch some air because the weather was good outside, and a stink bug flew right from one side of the van to the other side, right on me, and it landed on me. So I kind of hold my screams as I could, but yeah. And then when we are very near the home, it was already night, and I see a spider crawling on my windshield, and I'm hoping he's on the outer side, and I put on my wipers, and I see the wipers go left and right, and he's still walking there. So that means that he's on the other side. He's inside the van. So I was driving like 130 kilometers per hour and tried to kill it. So it was a fun experience, but unfortunately he died from my hand. But yeah, I hope that Insecta will get rid of the fear of the bugs for me, because the artworks are really like, but I don't know. It just drew me. It looked really interesting, so I wanted to check it out. Next up is from Board and Dice. Of course, there are two new games, Terracotta Army and Diletum. Both sounded really interesting, so I wanted to check those out and see if they are any good. I hope so. Terracotta Army even has some miniatures, so I'm thinking I'd maybe do a quick painting video of those, because you know you can really paint them look super like Terracotta Army looking in like quick succession. You just need one or two colors maybe. So I definitely am toying with the idea of maybe making such a video. Okay, so next up, as you can see, I'm going with these. Then we are going to go over the smaller games and stuff like that. But next up is Precognition. It is like aliens came to save what's left from humanity. Looked really interesting. Had some different and unique and interesting mechanics of how you send your cards to other players and whatnot. So I wanted to check it out. And I'm currently running a little bit out of space. I hope you will be seeing everything by the end of the video. Living Forest. Living Forest is a game that won some Kinderspiel, Spiel des Jahres, something. I'm really not sure right now because my brain is completely froze from the ESSEN and everything, but I had an opportunity to play it once. I really liked it. It has this like a mechanism where you are pushing your luck, and I like push your luck games even though I'm bad at them, but I like them. So yeah, Let me just see. Yeah, you can see it clearly. Okay, yeah. I want you like to see all the whole of the games and everything, but once I'm done with this video. Next up is Bitoku. I heard good things about it. It looked really interesting. I also heard that it looks way complicated than it is, so I am looking forward to seeing what the Bitoku was all about, and I hope this table will hold on. Next up, Block and Key is like this 3D thing with the clay Tetris puzzle tokens. You're putting them on a board, doing, I don't know. It just looks spectacular on the table, and I wanted to check it out and see what's all the fuss about because it looked really interesting. Next up is Mystic Veil Essential Edition. It is a base game with 3 expansions. I always wanted to dive more into Mystic Veil, but there was so many things going on and I was not sure what's good, what's not, what to get, you know, which expansion should I buy first, and then they made this Essential Edition, and I trust them it's essential, so I will check it out and see if it's any good, right? So yeah, Mystic Veil, I'm having high hopes for this Essential Edition going on stuff. One of the games that was super popular on the show was Woodcraft. There was like at 10:05 a.m. there were like a line that was going like maybe to other hall. How big it is, everyone was going for this one. It was sold out at the end of the fair. So yeah, but it is delicious games. I like their games. I like what they do with their games. So I'm hoping that this one will also deliver on the games that they did so far. They did really nicely. So yeah. Next up is Dominations: Road to Civilization. I know this is like a special edition, so I'm not sure. Maybe they include some expansions in it or something. I was not aware, with exclusive content. Wow, that's really nice. I didn't know that. But yeah, this game, it's a bit older game, but I'm looking at it for so long time and wondering why are not people talking more about it, because it looks so awesome. So yeah, I'm going to show it a little bit more love, and I hope that you will, because I think this game is really great. I haven't tried it yet, to be honest. I'm saying this like from my head, but from everything I saw about this game, I really liked it. So yeah, Dominations. Hope it's good. Next up, Cactus Town from Second Gate Games. This is a version. There's also a version with the standees with a way smaller box. So this big box has some miniatures inside that looks super awesome. I don't have everything in here. This is like a deluxe, but not all in. But if I like it really, and I think I probably will, I will definitely do some painting videos. I will definitely get all the expansions and review them, because I don't know, the game just looks interesting. I like the artwork, the look of the box really is something that I really like. So yeah, basically that's all the big games, and now we are going to go over to the some smaller games, you know, that are smaller in size. Of course, I forgot to mention some of these games are none of these, but some of these that you will see are bought second hand, or I will got them in a trade with other board gamers. So yeah. Okay, so Funko Pop strategy game. I have this version with Wonder Woman and the cheetah. So yeah, I was kind of interested in Funkoverse because you know how much I like Unmatched, and I paint on the miniatures. Of course, I can't paint these guys over here because they obviously come pre-painted, but I wanted to check them out and see what all the fuss is about this game, because I don't know, it sounded interesting. I picked up this box just to get my feel of it and see is it something that I would like to explore some more other stuff, you know. Then next up, one of these smaller games is Resist, where you are playing the French Resistance, I presume. No, after the Spanish Civil War, a group of loyalists. It's a Spanish thing, sorry, not French. So yeah, it's a solo game, and I decided to do more of the solo content on my channel, so I picked it for that reason, and it sounded like something interesting, so I wanted to check it out. Next up are 2 games from the same publisher called, wait, let me just tell you what the publisher name is. Oh my god, Dragon Dawn Productions, right, Dragon Dawn Productions. Mea Shav is a game, I'm not really sure what it's about, but it looked dark and sinister, and it had some runes, and it's a it's a Orkney Saga cooperative game for 1 to 2 players. You will take on the roles of Vikings, yeah, trapped in the tombs and stuff like that. And the other one is about hackers. And I don't think I ever saw a game that has hackers in it, so I definitely wanted to check it out just for a different and unique theme of it. It has also solo. It can be played solo, so you might just see a solo video of them, solo gameplay. Little promos and stuff. I'll talk about those later. I got Fantastic Factories, the game I was chasing for so long. It's insane. So yeah, I got Fantastic Factories, and let's just put it over here. Start building this part of the table. There's a little bit more to go through. Fantastic Factories, I got secondhand. I also have the playmat for it, and somewhere over here we are going to run into it is the other 2 expansions. One of them is in the box and the other is outside the box of it, so yeah. Then from Emperor S4 I got World Splitters, a game that looked really interesting. I didn't have time to learn more about it, but I wanted to check it out, so I got it. Next up is Galaxy Tracker, Keep on Trucking. So you know how much I love Galaxy Tracker. It's basically my second favorite game ever, and these new versions are really cool because they have all the new artwork, all the new components. Some of them are much similar, but there's also some new content in here that you did not get in a first version of the Galaxy Tracker. So I wanted this right to bring home with this. There was no way that I was coming home without this expansion. Trust me on it. I also have a Facilis, a game I was eyeballing for so long. This is also a used copy I got in a trade. This is a Kickstarter edition of it, so I don't know what the difference is from the base game. Maybe a few of these cards, promos or whatever are in there. But yeah, this one is like for kids and all that, so I might play it with my niece, you know, because it's I always look to get some games like to play with her, you know. Okay, next up is Space-Based Terra Proxima, the Mysteries of Terra Proxima. This is a second expansion for Space-Base. I haven't reviewed Space-Base yet, but I have like the normal game, the big box, and the Shy Pluto expansion that I haven't went through entire of it, but I'll definitely come to it. And to this one, I want to review it someday, so it will happen. Then we have the Dead Eye, the game that is a solo game, and it has this retro look, and it looks really weird. It looks like it's fuzzy and everything, but if you take this regular, like, you know, blue and red glasses, like those 3D glasses, you can see this game in 3D, and I think it will even work through the video. So I plan on doing some gameplay videos, and if you have those glasses, those 3D glasses, you might be able even to see the 3D effects. But even otherwise, the game works on its own. It works in a normal, like if you don't have glasses, you can play it. The artwork is really like something different, and that's why it caught my attention, and I wanted to check it out. Next up, this one I have a huge hopes about, Autobahn by Ellicat Games. I'm really hoping this one is good because it looks so good, and I like Ellicat Games. They have some really nice games. So yeah, Autobahn, really have my hopes up for it. Next game that is deceptively vivid, a game that people say it's deceptive because it shows like, oh, it's a cute art and everything, and then it's like a super like brain exploding thing. Like people compare it to the game with the cats, and oh my god, what's the name of the game? I completely forgot. Doesn't matter right now, but I don't know. I like when my brain is challenged a little bit, you know. So Vivid looked really interesting. You are basically creating memories in your brain, and the theme is also really like something different and unique. So I liked it for that reason. Next up from All or None Games is Goons. These are the same guys that did the Dystopia. I also have expansion somewhere for it. We're gonna get to it. Dystopia is a great game. It's super PvP, but it lasts like for 10 minutes. So, and I really like that about it. I'm not all that much into PvP games, but when it's like 10 minutes or less, then I'm okay with it. But Goons drew my attention because they have like these each of you have different unique powers, and I like that you're doing some stuff differently, you know, and I like that about the games. Next up, and the camera is focusing and out focusing, so yeah, I hope you are seeing everything well. The Wandering Towers. So you are wizards, there's towers going around, there's some like a 3D aspect to it. It had really nice table presence, so, and it had English rules inside, so I wanted to check the game out and see what's it all about. But I really know a little bit about it. It looked fun. It had nice artwork. It looks like it's like super quick fun. So yeah, I wanted to check it out. Then we have a new game by Uwe Rosenberg from Lookout Games. This is advanced level, so I'm advanced now. It's called Ativa. It's about fruit bats. You are feeding the fruit bats, and I'm not sure if you're collecting their poop to make coffee or something. I don't know. It's about bats. You don't have many games about bats, so I wanted to check it out. It had a really nice booth, like a lot of bats were hanging out of the ceiling, so they look really fun. I even wanted to ask them to give me one, but for some reason I didn't. Maybe I should have. What can you do, right? Okay, so next two games are from Genius Games. I reviewed their game Genotype. So these are Cytosis and Periodic. This one is also, I think, like a more deluxe edition than the regular version. But yeah, I got these two because they have games that are based on like a real stuff world. Like Genotype was on a like crossbreeding of peas and discovering new things about crossbreeding, I presume. But I learned a little bit about those when I was reading, so I hope I learn a little bit more about cell biology and a little bit more about elements, periodic table, because chemistry was always my bad side in school, so I wanted to like brush up a little bit on it. Okay, so this one looks insanely good. This is called the what's the English name for it? The Master Builders of Keln, and this is like a Euro game at its finest. I really like Euro games, and over here you are moving your cards, you are building different churches, you are trying to block each other. So basically it's pick up and deliver, but you are trying to mess each other up. And the guy presented it to me. It sounded like super fun stuff, so I wanted to have it and check it out. Next up is Fantasy Realms Deluxe Edition. I played the normal edition and I really liked it, so I wanted to compare the new Deluxe Edition to the normal edition and see if there are some differences and whatnot. I think there are. We even played, so other guys bought a copy, but this is mine, so it's not still yet open, but it will be, because Fantasy Realms is an awesome game of set collection and it works wonderful. Next up, I also have a huge hope about this one. It's Astra from Mind Clash Games. You know how much I love Anachrony. You know how much I love everything about Mind Clash Games and their games, except one of those that I can't just fall in love with, whatever I do. But yeah, Astra, I have high hopes about this one. It looked really like something different and unique, and a bit lighter game from other games that Mind Clash game do. So this one is on a bit lighter side. So yeah, let me just restart the camera because it has a timer on it, and we're gonna continue this one. And we are back. I got some water, I restarted the camera, and I am going to talk to you about Write the Future. It's another game from guys that did Dystopia and Goons, All or None games. This is a Dystopia roll and write game. So I'm automatically interested in it because it's a roll and write and it's Dystopia, guys. So yeah, I want to know everything about it. Next up is Mage Noir, and this one caught my attention because it's a two-player game. It says 15 to 30 minutes, which I really like, and it's about mages duking it out, attacking each other with spells. There's very few creatures in this game. This is mostly based on spells, casting spells, and the spells kind of upgrade, so you can like blow a little wind, and then through that you can like create a big hurricane and stuff going on. So this was really looked interesting, and the cover itself and the artwork looked like something that I would really enjoy, and I wanted to check it out. There's also a small expansion for it somewhere over here. We're gonna find it. I'm not sure where it is right now. Acropolis looks like a kid sister or kid brother from Dominations. It's also like a tile laying game where you are building your city civilization. You are trying to like build these hexes and try to connect them in a way that you can score bigger or smaller types of colors in the cities, you know, in Acropolis, I presume. It's like a tile-laying game that looks really interesting, so I wanted to check it out. Also, from Lucky Duck Games and Druid City Games, it's Tidal Blades Banner Festival. It's like a smaller zoomed-in game of Tidal Blades, where it's focused just on one thing. So yeah, I watched it as it was played. It looked like interesting, fun game going around, you know, and all that with these banners and whatnot. So yeah, I wanted to check it out and see how good it is. Okay, so these are like medium range. Oh, we have a few more medium range games before we go to the smaller games. In the meantime, I found Mage Noir, a little expansion. So this one I showed you is like a Kickstarter version with some extra characters already inside. But this is like a lone mage, so it comes in a standalone pack. So yeah, that one also. Next up is E.T. When I first watched E.T. as a little kid, I cried like a baby when E.T. found home, you know, all that. I was like crying like a... I mean, I was like, I think 7 or 8. It was really touching, moving, and moving. It was really touching and moving when I was watching that movie. And I really hold it dear in my heart. It's really it was a game that like made impact on my kid days, so to say. I can't really express myself right now, but yeah. And basically, you are playing as these kids. You are moving the little E.T. from kid to kid basket. You are trying to save him from the cops, you know, who are trying to catch him because he's an alien. They want to do stuff on him. So yeah, I wanted to check it out because I cried like a little baby when I saw it first. Next up, Wormholes from AEG. AEG Wormholes, it's something different. You are building these wormholes to jump from place to place to do stuff, but then other players can use your wormholes and you can use theirs. It sounded really interesting, so I wanted to check a little bit about it. This one I got because my friend, Slavin's girlfriend, my friend Anna, told me I don't like games with animals. So I got the game Rainforest just to prove her wrong. That's the only reason. No, I'm just kidding. It looked really interesting. It is a fast game of like a set collection. You are picking different animals, putting them on cards, trying to build like a different patterns and score them. It is like a quick game. It says 30 minutes and I think that's about right. Maybe even faster. Depends how many players you are playing. From Funny Fox, and Keep Exploring Games gave me a Luna Capital, a game that just looks super interesting and I wanted to check it out. That's all I know about it. It looked interesting, it looked like something I would enjoy, judging by the artwork, judging by a little bit of gameplay that I saw, but I really don't know enough to tell you what are you exactly doing in this game. But yeah, so these are all like medium games, and now we are going to go over the small stuff, expansions, and I got like a bunch of different promos and stuff, so yeah. Okay, first thing, everything is in this little bag thing and it's falling all over the place, but let me just move some of the stuff. Be patient, stay with me for a second. I'll be with you right away. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a Mind Bug. Mind Bug is like a cute little game. You are going 1 versus 1. It's 15 to 25 minutes. It comes in this small box. There's even, I think, tucked in promo inside. So it's like a game where you're going one against another. It looked really interesting. I really like the artwork, so I just decided to pick it up, you know, and see what the fuss is all about. And let me just bring this up over here because it will be much easier than constantly like go back and up and down, up and down. I also got double demo version, like few little promos, but I think I got that the last year, I'm not sure, so this is something my kid would probably enjoy and play with. I got the latest expansion for Neuroshima Hex. I really like Neuroshima Hex. I have every expansion now for it, and that includes the Pirates, the newest expansion that has water tiles that go around the board. You can use around the board in a way. I haven't researched it much, but I know it's Neuroshima Hex, so I'll probably love it, more or less. Then I got this like promo Similo Find Out the Secret Game thing. I haven't opened it up, I don't know what's inside, but I'm gonna review it because it's a small box, you know, so it will not take much of my time to review it. Okay, I also got some promos For Astra, I got all enamel pins for Anachrony because I just love Anachrony. I traded in some chocolates for them and some money. So that was really fun exchange going on there. And some different promos. And as I said, I got some Flamecraft wooden resources that we are not going to count as a game. So next up is that old wallpaper from AEG. It's a game about pattern building, and you are trying to like build this pattern of old wallpapers, you know, like back in the 80s or even 70s or 60s. It looked really cool. It reminded me of some old wallpapers that we had in our own house. We don't do having them anymore because we modernized. It's 21st century, but still, it reminded me about my childhood, so I wanted to check it out. Right. Next up, World Exchangers. It's also from Emperor S4. It's something in a line of World. Where it is now, I can find it. The other game of this kind of same setting. It just looked interesting. I like the artwork of it, and I wanted to check it out because I rarely get to check out Emperor S4 games, so I wanted to dive a little bit and see how good or bad they are. Okay, also Flamecraft, the little flamey little dragons, and yeah, these are definitely going to be painted. I'm going to do like super easy job, but so effective on them that you definitely want to paint your own with just like 2-3 paints. So yeah. Next up is also two games from Genius Games because I want to learn more. It's Ecosystem and Ecosystem Coral Reef. I think these are both separate games, but maybe they can be like interchangeable. You can use one and another together or something. Even if you can't, I want to learn more, and that's why I got these games, because I really want to learn more. Okay, so yeah. Next up, I got this one for review. Ted Lasso. It's a show. It's like a party game, but it says party game. But it's about Ted Lasso show. I haven't watched this one yet, but I heard it's really, really funny. It's really good. So I got this one, and I hope that I will make myself to watch the show before I review it, so I can tell you if you really need to watch the show to get a feel what this game is about, or can you just play it all on its own legs, and is it any good, right? So next up, as I said, I like Dystopia. I was missing this one, Crashing Waves, the latest expansion for it. So yeah, looking forward to see how nasty this one is to other players. Okay, what we have next? Yeah, WizKids Dice Conquest. It's a game where you are, I think it goes 1 to 4 players. Yeah, 1 to 4 players, and you are just going through the deck of cards, attacking monsters using these dice. It sounded really fun, like it's a small box, but it sounded like a game you can maybe play on a train, or something like that. It sounded really interesting, so I'm definitely going to do a gameplay video for this one on the channel. Since it's a small game, it's probably going to be some of the first games that I play on this channel. Also, I got the second-hand game of Redlands. I wanted to check it out. I think me and Slaven are really going to enjoy this one. He also expressed, from Roxy Games, he also expressed an interest in it. Hiroba, also from Funny Fox, the guys that did Rainforest. It's a game about these gardens, and you're trying to score points, and it's like a Sudoku thing going on, which sounded really interesting, and I really liked it. So I liked what I read, so I wanted to check it out, see if it's any good. Kites is really one of the few games I was able to play at the ESSEN. Usually I don't play games at the ESSEN. I just go there and have meetings and talk to publishers and all that. But Kites I had a chance to play because it's really like 10 minutes game. It says 10 minutes here, so yeah, I was correct. It's a game where you are flying kites. Basically, kites are these sand timers, and you need to flip them back and right really, really fast, and you are playing cards. It's a hectic fun. We managed to beat on the last turn. I think we cheated a little bit, but it's fine. We had fun, so it really doesn't matter that much. So next up, I have two little games from also from WizKids called Something Wild, and this is like an Iron Man version, and this is like a Boba Fett version. I like Iron Man, I like Boba Fett, so I got these two. And this is like an Uno with a twist, but it sounded really interesting. You can kind of upgrade your cards or something. I was not really sure I'm not really sure how to explain these, but they sounded like something like, you know, usually when they say like, oh, it's like Uno, but it's better, usually it's not, but this one did sound like it really improved on that aspect, and I wanted to check them out. Again, one of the Mandu games that I discovered on ESSEN in 2019. They really make some like games that you really should know more about, and I'm not sure why you are not, because they're really good. Like Kushi Express, it's a wonderful game. Play it, you'll have so much fun. And Gang of Dice, yeah, it has dice, and that's all I need to know. I like it already, I think. So yeah, it's I don't know much about it. I know that I trust Mandu when they do games, and it has dice, so that was enough for me. That I know that I want to check it out and see what the fuss is all about. Also, I got Fantastic Factories expansion that I already mentioned from the trade at the ESSEN, and I also got these three games from Impatience Games. I got Nautilon, and I got a Onirim, and these are all like a soul games that have include rules for 1 to 2 players, if I'm not mistaken, if I understood correctly. And I of course have Castellion, and I'm thinking about doing a gameplay videos each day, one gameplay on my channel for this one. And of course somewhere around here there's like a bunch of cool little promos and stuff going on. But yeah, basically, behold, this is everything I got from ESSEN.
Behold my stuff.
So yeah, it's a big stack of games. I think this is like a year worth of reviewing. So yeah, there, and I also have some games that I got before the ESSEN from publishers. I got Guild Merchants of Explorers that you're going to see pretty soon. Trekking Through History. Those two will come first, and then slowly we are going to start digging into this pile and try to figure out what we are going to review first. So yeah, once more, thank you all for going through me through this video with me. As I said, like this is my ESSEN haul. The number is right down here. Yeah. Okay. So how many games I brought? I don't know. I didn't count. I will just do it when I'm editing this video. And yeah, if you want to see some of these games reviewed before other games, you can join my Patreon. It will support channel that way, and then you will basically even decide which games you want to see on the channel first. You will basically be part of the channel by joining my Patreon. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Do consider supporting me on Patreon, as I said, and see you soon. I'm going to go to sleep now because I'm super tired from ESSEN. And until next time, pozdrav.